Okay, welcome to my channel. I just watched earlier today a really well-made documentary about a famous YouTuber, one of the most famous YouTubers, Boogie2988. It just came out recently. It's online. I'll put a link in the description. And let me pull up. It's Mike Klum over on his channel, Mike, which is just Mike Klum. And the documentary is the dark, sad life of Boogie2988, official documentary. And this is a fantastic documentary. Not so much the subject matter, I'll get into that in a minute, but just the style, technical components, like the way it's made. He did a fantastic. Mike Klum crushed it. Crushed it. This dude needs to be getting more work. I don't know anything about him until today. I don't know anything about his career or anything, but he did just a fantastic job with this. A lot of respect for the guy on that. But again, it's about Boogie2988, and that's a dark, complex subject matter right there. Boogie is a guy, if you know anything about YouTube, you've come across some of his videos, and he's just been swimming in an ocean of controversy for years. He got off to a really good start of the channel. In the documentary, they point out something like 2016, he made like $500,000, and then destroyed it. He's one of the most self-destructive people you will ever hear about, and it documents that. And as they're making the documentary, his channel is flatlining. You know, he used to bring in $500,000, then a $250,000, 100,000, and he's making like tens of thousands a year right now. And he owns a home. He's got a host of medical issues. You know, he's a big boy. He used to weigh like 600 pounds. During the documentary, they document where his weight's at, and he's hovering around like 380. He had gastric bypass, and lost 200 pounds, but he's still, you know, bouncing back and forth, 270s, 280s. Or I'm sorry, 370, 380. And, you know, he's kind of shocking he's still alive. He's pushing 50 years old. And the first about half to three-fourths of the documentary, it's just Boogie. A little bit about where he came from, how he got to this point, you know, the YouTube success, where he's at now, which is looking rough, to put it lightly. Not just with his channel, not just with his social stuff, but his health is in really bad shape. And then about three half to three-fourths in, he's like, well, there's one thing good going on in my life. And it's like, oh, that's great. What's that, Boogie? And then here's my girlfriend, and she's really young, to the point where it's like shocking. Um, she's skinny, she's healthy. It is aesthetically off-putting because Boogie's pushing 50s, 47, 48 during the time of the documentary, which again just came out, so it's all recent. And depending on your source, she's 18 to 20 years old. And it's just like, oh, no. So to that point in the documentary, I'm like, you know, you're a troubled guy. He's got some legitimate mental health issues, had a hard time growing up. He's taking advantage of people. You know, he operates off people's sympathies to make more money, to get people to donate to him, to get more YouTube clout. He causes drama to draw attention to his channel, and it says in there he's bipolar, which makes perfect sense. He's, in my opinion, he's like borderline schizophrenic, because there's almost two men inside his brain. There's Stephen Williams, which I believe is his real name, and then there's the online character, and he goes back and forth from this seemingly nice guy, caring guy, to a complete asshole, a very manipulative, narcissistic, hateful person, who just is in a constant state of sabotaging his own life, to the point where he could be dead at any minute right now. And given that he had a tough life coming up where he was abused, neglected, he's overweight as a kid, that's tough. Everybody and their mom, you want to feel sympathy for this guy. And then he finds a way to destroy everything. He finds a way to destroy your sympathy for him. But to that point, again, about half to 3/4 in, I'm like, man, Boogie, my heart's going out to you, brother. Like, you're not a perfect human being, but neither am I. You've had your flaws, but you kind of see a side like maybe he's starting to grow up a bit, mature, kind of see the error of the ways, which is a never-ending pattern with this guy. He doesn't really, but maybe, you're always hoping, maybe Boogie turns it around, sees the flaws in who he is, grows up, matures something before you're dead, and he's like, and here's my girlfriend, and you're like, oh, no, what are you doing? What are either of you doing? And she is an adult, just arrived in adulthood, and she's has some interview time in that, and you get a sense, okay, like you're within your capacities, you know what you're doing, it's your call, it's your life, but why? So they're trying to, both of them are trying to pitch the idea that she comes from a solitudinal life, so does he. It's kind of like the personalized match, but more the situations are similar, so they can relate on that level. It's like, you're lonely, he's lonely. I kind of could see the, yeah. And then they're like, and the sex life is great, and you're like, oh, no, it can't be. No, it's not. For him. Ew. So, I know life can be really hard and kick in the ass. I try to give people some leeway on their decisions. I don't know her whole story, and the document is about him, so you don't get her full backstory that I recall, but it's just like, no. Like, you can find, even if you want to get an older guy, get somebody who's late 20s, So, some people say she's 18, some people say she's 20. I'm going to take her word and say she's 20 years old. If you want to date a guy who's 35, pushing it, but it's your life, your call. This dude's almost 50. What are you doing? So it's like, I wanna see it from their vantage point, but I just can't. I can't buy it that this is good for either of them, and they're coming from some sincere place. They're not. It's just like, oh. And then when the whole documentary wraps up, Boogie's borderline flat broke. He's down to like a few $1,000 here and there, and he's starting to sell off some of his stuff, and it's just like, he invested like hundreds of thousands into crypto that he lost, and so he was buying a lot of memorabilia and whatnot for his channel, which makes sense because it's like, you go out and you buy Pokemon cards, and you go, here's the Pokemon cards I got. He's got 4 million viewers. So if people tune in and he gets the ad revenue for the videos, if you do it right, you're going to make more on that video about your Pokemon cards than they cost. No problem there. Way to be. Then he invests in crypto and loses his ass. And it's just like, and he's like, on the advice of a friend, I put all the eggs in one basket. I'm paraphrasing. It's like, never, ever do that. So crypto's this new thing. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. It won't at the time. Now we know it's a flop. I'm not, I other than the word crypto, I know nothing about it. But it's like, man, take 10%, test it, take it for a ride. Don't put it all in. Always and forever. Like, if it's stocks, only invest what you can afford to lose. So, man, if you really want to take a gamble and you got 600,000, invest 200,000, but leave 400,000 in the bank. Whatever you put in, leave times 2 over here. That's just smart. That's common sense. I don't got $20 in my name. I know not to fuck that up. So it's like, God, you did this to you, man. Yeah, the guy conned you, but what do you do for the con people? Anytime somebody comes to you and is like, invest now, invest everything you have, don't ever do it. Ever. Because the only reason they're having that conversation, they're trying to get what you got. And how you felt, man. So it's just never ending. I want to feel bad for you, but I can't. I can't. It's not possible. Any little piece of love you start to get from me, you ruin it in the next second. And so the documentary just does a phenomenal job of, again, what was the guy's name? Mike Klum. Mike Klum crushed it. He captured all of it in HD and gave you like the full spectrum. And I don't know exactly how they met, but credit because he stayed objective as hell. And he went through the ringer to get this thing made. It was months and months and months. At one point, he said he had to take a break because it was so depressing. It's like, dude, I hear you. Like, I deal with this shit, depressing shit all the time, surrounded by it. So that he muscled through and got it done. Deserves a round of applause. And again, check out this documentary for the quality of this guy's Mike Klum's work, but don't fall into the boogie trap because that's what it is. A part of me does want to see Boogie not homeless and die tomorrow from his numerous health issues, and part of me does because he's got it. He deserves this. He's getting what he deserves. But again, he's somebody with two personalities almost. It's like one personality feels sympathy for you, the other guy's a jerk. Fuck that guy. So, again, the documentary on Boogie2988. Do check it out. If you can handle some dour unfortunateness, and watch a guy self-destruct before your eyes, because that's what's happening. And then the other thing too, like I got a gut. I probably weigh about 270 right now. I got a scale right over there. I can look. I'm not thin. I ain't judging. But a lot of me being overweight comes from being poor. You know, I can't go eat perfect quality food every day because I got to eat what I can afford. So I still no excuse. I got to get on that. This dude weighs almost 400 pounds. It's like you were sitting on according to the numbers in the document, you were sitting on $500,000 in one year. Not gross, not your career, just the 1 year you had $500,000. Uncle Sam takes his cut. You're still sitting on $250,000. There's production costs of what you do. You're easily still sitting on $200,000 in 1 year, cash in the pocket. You couldn't get a trainer. You couldn't get what do you call it? A nutritionist and lose some more of that? No, he had the gastric bypass. His teeth were a mess. He got his teeth fixed up. So for like such Boogie, he would make some progress. And the documentary points this out. Like it'd be in cycles. He would start improving and start heading in the right direction, and then self-destruct and destroy all his progress that he made and all the goodwill towards him. And it's like he couldn't. I don't understand that. When I understand obesity and bad health, you know, I smoke. I shouldn't smoke. I know what it's doing to me. But goddamn, if I don't have this cigarette, I'm gonna burn this mother down. You know, it gets you through a shift. I know that pizza's no good for me, but man, if I don't have that pizza, I don't know how how am I gonna go to work every day and not kill everybody involved? But so he's got his problems, he's got stress, sure, but God, you were sitting on $500,000 in 1 year, and that wasn't the first thing you did. Get a nutritionist in your house to make you food that's good for you, so you can lose some weight. You ain't got to get skinny, but get healthy. Live for a while longer. You couldn't get and at one point he's going to the gym. I'm like, and they're like, they're shutting down my favorite gym. It's like, you go to the gym and do what? Talk to people the whole time? Apparently, because you ain't working out, son. Even if you still got a gut, you can get on the weights and tone up those arms. Do something to help yourself here. And then he's like, in 1 year I spent $200,000 on prostitutes. It's like, why? You're famous. You're famous. Get a nutritionist. Get a trainer. Get to the gym. You don't got to get skinny. And he points out, he has money. You've got money. So drop some weight, get some tone. Look, you don't have to look sexy. You got money. All you got to do is be handsome. And he can be an intelligent, articulate guy. He could pull off handsome. Drop another 100 pounds. Get under 300, and handsome will get you there. Instead, you're blowing 6 figures on hookers. Why? You had it in your hand. You could have solved all your problems, or at least significantly improved your situation. And he's been on YouTube. I'm way out of frame. He's been on YouTube for 17 years at this point. He got in at the ground level. Well done there, sir. It takes some technical prowess to do what he does at a time where most people, social media was just getting started. Most people didn't know how to do this. He was ahead of the curve. He was ahead of the game. You were out in the lead, son. And he blew all of it. All of it. So it's like every step forward, there's 6 steps back. And you're like, dude, you did this to you. So, again, part of me is like, I hope you drop 100 pounds. And then, this girl, this 18 to 20-year-old girl is thin and healthy. When you first meet her, she's like, I came from a quiet household and I didn't have a lot of friends. And then I met Boogie, and, I could relate to him on that level because he went through the same thing. It's like, okay. But you're seeing like this shot, tits up. Then you see a shot of them walking down the street, and she's got these short-cut jeans with her ass hanging out the back. And it's like, you're not in this for... Dude, are you serious right now? Every sentence where you're like, I can kind of, if I squint and turn my head this way and half cover this eye, I can almost kind of see what you're saying. And then the next sentence, you're like, no. You've got your ass hanging out of your jeans. Don't try to sell me this humble, small-town girl who found a guy who understands you. You're in this for the money, even though he ain't got shit. But still, you're not dead. He's not dead. Lady, make him some... So this is where it's like, you see the other side. It's like, I gotcha. You love this guy. You care about this guy. You're not in it for the money. You're not in it for the clout. There's no manipulation going either way, which is manipulation going back and forth. Make him a salad. Make Boogie salads. Help him. He's dying in front of your eyes. Help this man. Instead, every night they're going out to McDonald's and eating garbage food that's killing him day by day. It's the whole Sid and Nancy thing. It's like in Tombstone. We got Doc Holliday and the lady's with, and she's feeding him cigarettes and alcohol. She's putting him in his grave. It's like, you're trying to take this guy out, and whatever you think you're getting out of it. He owns a home. She's probably after the house. So it's like, this is just, ew, disgusting. And if he hasn't learned, or if he's got a good soul, but he comes from a bad situation, he's going to die before anything else happens to him. So, R.I.P. in advance to Boogie. And let your Yoko Ono go fuck herself, because that's what she's there for. Just to kill you and take what you got. Whatever that even is anymore. But it's like 2 people destroying each other. Oh. So yeah, but Mike Plum crushed it. He did a good job, I feel, staying objective and just turn the camera on, let the camera tell the story. He talked a little bit about his experience making it, but he didn't really. And here's what to think about Boogie. He's like, the camera's on, you see what you see. Did a really good job with this one. So check it out or don't, depending on. But here's the thing. I watched this and I'm like, man, coming off a back injury, I'm on unemployment right now because of that. You know, I'm okay. I want an injury settlement, but I got to get back to work. And before the money runs out, I got a gut. Man, my life's kind of tough. And then I watch this and I'm like, I'm crushing it. I'm absolutely crushing it. I need to get to the gym and I get my life together a little bit here, but compared to that guy, I'm crushing it. Good job, me. So those are my thoughts. White White Guy Show. If you're still here, thank you for being here. Like, subscribe. I got more material coming out for you. So let me know in the comment section what you think. If you've seen it before, if you're gonna go see it, and then any recommendations. I do video game reviews, movie reviews. Tell me what you want to see. I'll get it to you. See you on the next one. Cheers.